Well, good morning, church. It's April the 13th, and we're in Matthew 19:13 through 15. Then children were brought to him that he might lay his hands on them and pray. The disciples rebuked the people, but Jesus said, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for to such belongs the kingdom of heaven." And he laid his hands on them and went away. We have a very tender moment here. No doubt the people referred to were likely the children's mothers. The children's mothers wanted to bring their children to Jesus to have a blessing. They didn't necessarily know everything there was to know about Jesus, but they had heard from his reputation that he was a healer, that he had the ability to rid people of evil spirits, cure diseases, restore sight to the blind, speech to the mute, hearing to the mute, speech to the mute, hearing to the deaf. Sorry. He had a lot that he could do. He was kind. The disciples, they shouldn't be seen as strict or stern in this moment. They no doubt knew the demands of Jesus. He'd been talking to them about a cross and that he would die. And they saw what a toll it took on Jesus as the religious leaders heckled him, as the crowds pressed around him. Everybody seemed to want something from Jesus. And Jesus doesn't mind. He takes the children and he lays hands on them and prays over them, and he leaves. We should see God through the eyes of children. Children are innocent. They don't have an agenda. They just take things at face value. When we get older, we get more and more dependent on ourselves, and we move further and further away from God. Or at least we can sometimes do that. The words that Solomon gave us in Ecclesiastes come to mind. Remember your Creator in the days of your youth. We should all hearken back to our childhood memories of God as we learned about God in Sunday school and learned about the miracles he performed and the power that he exhibited, the gentleness that he possessed. We would do well to go back and rekindle those childhood memories of God. The mothers wanted their children to have a blessing. They understood how important that was. Remember, these were people that were oppressed like sheep without a shepherd. They were getting a lot of beat down from the government and the religious leaders. And this was a tender moment where Jesus got to show his love for children. I'm glad that I am a child of God, and I hope those of you listening to this can say the same thing. God bless you. Have a great week.
There we go.